All right, so what I want to do today is sample off of this record that I have right here and just use the key detection feature on the MPC Live Mark II to add some extra elements on top of my sample. The key detection feature is awesome because I'm not a musician. I cannot listen to something and know what key that's in. So if you're similar to me, check out this tool that you have right here. Oh, and by the way, if you are looking for an MPC stand or any of your sampler stand, the one that I'm using right here is by Analog Cases, which is awesome. If you want to check out a stand for your MPC or your sampler, go ahead and check them out. I'll leave a link down in the description of this video. Not only for your samplers, stands also work for any of your guitar pedals, small samplers. They have different sizes, so go ahead and check them out if you're in the market of picking up a stand for your device. Yeah, let's see this. Okay, that's all I have to listen to. We're gonna sample this. This sounds awesome. Okay, let's stop it right here. Now, there's some like guitar strums and also some keys, and it's very spacious. There's a lot of space in between. His voice is on top of the sample. We're gonna leave his voice right there on the sample. There's no bass line underneath, so it gives us some space to add our own bass line. I'm gonna go ahead and put these strums in each individual pad and go from there. All right, so this is what we got. Yeah. There's really no tempo right here. I can't just do quarter note chops. I'm just going based off of the strums and the space that I have to play with. And as soon as we drop the drums on top of this, we'll see if it blends or maybe we have to readjust. But I know it's going to work because of how much space we have in between. If you enjoy these samples right here, I get so many people asking me, what record did you sample? What record is that? If you join the sample sharing program, the community within my YouTube channel, I release these sample chop programs at the end of this video. Once I upload it, you guys can download these programs, install them into your MPCs, follow along, or do your own flips. All right, so we have our samples right here. All right, let's go to the program editor. I mean, that sounds awesome. Let's pitch this down -2 semitones and see how this sounds. Okay, I'm sticking with that. That sounds awesome. Now, if I want to know the key of where I'm at after I know that I'm gonna leave it at -2 semitones, I can hop over to my samples page, and in my samples page, I have key detection, which it will detect the key of whatever pad you're currently triggering. I mean, all these pads are in C minor. That's telling me that the song is in C minor, but if I pitch this up, it follows whatever pitch that I'm going up or down. So now it's in E minor, which is awesome. I'm gonna go back to -2 and I'm at C minor. Let's go ahead and record this as we move forward, and we're about to add the bass line, but I wanna go ahead and lock this in. So once we have that laid out, I could go to track number 3 and I can start adding different leads. Like right here, I have a lead. This lead is the hype lead and the preset is burn 1 lead. And I set this these pads up to, if I go to notes, I have this also in C minor. As long as I'm triggering these yellow pads, it will be on key with the sample that we just sequenced. So now I have that in the sequence. Now, it's something that I can throw on top every now and then if I want to just switch it up a bit every other bar. And just the way we did that with the lead, if I jump into my fourth track and I have a bass line right here, the same exact process. As long as I have this note in the key of C minor, I can go ahead, lay down a bass line on top of that. Now, you could continue and keep stacking sound on top of sound and build on top of it. But for me, I like how this sounds. The lead, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but I just want to show you how that could work. I actually just love how it sounds with the drums, sample, and bass line. But the bass line is something that I would struggle the most because not every sample has a bass line that's just cutting through the mix. There's some samples that need extra help, or there's some samples that I want to filter out the bass line and add my own bass on top of that. All right, so with that out the way, I actually have to lay down this intro that I have right here, and I actually really like the combination of the strum and also the piano that is in the background. Just those two alone. Just those two pads alone could build a beat or could put together a very powerful sequence. As a matter of fact, let's actually go to verse, or let's get verse 2. Let's copy the sequence. Let's throw it in sequence 4. And if we go into sequence 4, I want to delete what we have right here with our sample chops and try some different variations. Oh my goodness. All right, let's turn off this lead and just listen to this. This is what I love about chopping up samples, especially like this right here, that we have some space in between. We could go any direction because there is no tempo here. There's no chopping up on the quarter notes. They're just long strums that we are now able to use this as an instrument and go any direction that we want to. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here, but there's 3 sequences. The first sequence is kind of like an introduction or something that's just the sample chops, and it's actually just 2 pads going back and forth, and then it drops into the verse, and then second variation of that verse go back. You play with those 3 sequences going back and forth, and there's some variation in between. Now, for anybody that's just watching this, that's getting started or is thinking about picking up an MPC, go down to the link of my video. I have links to my favorite setup, which is my MPC, my record player, the cables that you're going to need. I have links to Zounds, so if you're thinking of picking anything up, choose Zounds. They really help you out with payment plans. They do not check your background. They go ahead and ship this straight to your house, and you start making music as you make payments. So go ahead and check out the links down in the description of this video. And one last thing, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that watches my videos, that comes all the way to the end of the video. It really does mean a lot to me just to have an audience that I can hang out with and nerd out with different tools and workflows with our MPC. We are all a family. We all enjoy working with our samplers if we have the same sampler. This is an awesome art that I myself, when I see somebody else put out a video on the MPC, I always enjoy watching it and just hearing music, even though it's not my style of music. I enjoy it, man. It's a community that I love to be a part of, and I learn a lot from you guys as well down in the comments. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.